Thank you for assembling this morning to talk about some good news in Williamson County. Every year, one of the tests that we administer to our student body is the ACT, and the ACT is probably the most important test for us as a school district because it reflects our students' achievement and, more importantly, our preparedness to go to college and to be college and career ready. So we put a great deal of stock in ACT results, and as a matter of fact, our board has put so much value in the ACT results that we have a strategic plan goal based on ACT results. When I first arrived 6 years ago, the board established a goal of our students reaching an average ACT composite score of 24. And I really am proud of the students and the teachers and the administrators in the building's progress towards that 24 ACT goal. We continue to inch forward. Every single year since 2010, we've made progress. We get closer and closer to that goal. You know, the ACT is administered to almost 2 million students across America. 59% of last year's graduating cohort from all the school districts in America took the ACT. So we have a rich amount of data to compare our students to relative to the rest of the nation. In Williamson County Schools, 3 out of every 4 of our graduates last year made a high enough ACT score to qualify for the Hope Scholarship. That is an unreal number. What that really means, boots on the ground, is moms and dads could save their money and use it for home repair projects or reinvest it in the community. What they didn't have to do is pay college tuition for 3 out of 4 graduates as it relates to the Hope Scholarship, which is an incredible amount of students in Williamson County. This last year, we had 2 more students than we have historically had that scored a perfect 36 on the ACT. We had 7 students last year graduate with an ACT score of 36, a perfect ACT score. Before I unveil the district-wide results, I do want to talk about a couple of our schools' achievements. Fairview High School posted the largest ACT gains in the school district. They achieved a 1.4 percentage point improvement, which honestly is almost unheard of in the school business. The statisticians tell us nationally that a 0.10, a tenth of a point growth in ACT scores is statistically significant and meaningful. So Fairview accomplished 1.4 point increase. Last year, we had 2,697 students take the ACT. The ACT is administered to all of our graduates in Williamson County, and only 13 states require the ACT to be administered to all students. I want to brag on Brentwood High School for a moment. I know Mr. Caudill is in the audience. Brentwood High School holds the honor of having the highest ACT composite score of all of our schools in the district with a 25.6 average ACT composite. Congratulations, Kevin. I'd also like to point out that we have 3 schools that have an average ACT composite score above a 24. Brentwood High School leading the pack with 25.6. Franklin High School is above a 24 with a 24.6 average ACT composite. And Ravenwood right in the middle of the pack with a 25.3. All of those scores are absolutely incredible and phenomenal and speak volumes to the quality of educational services that our teachers and our school building administrators are providing, the work of the central office supporting that work, and quite frankly, the parents and the students that make sure that education is a priority in homes and in our classrooms every single day. I'm extremely proud of our results this year. I'm proud to announce that this year again we grew. We actually grew a lot more than we thought was possible in 1 year's time. So with that being said, I want to start by unveiling the chart or the information to my left. Our average ACT composite for 2015 is a 23.8. How about that? I would like to thank our board members who were able to come today. 23.8 is a significant accomplishment. I know that you share in the joy and the pride on this accomplishment. I want to turn to the chart to our right to give you a little bit of a better snapshot of how we're doing more globally. Gentlemen? So a couple of points. You can see the trend data and the bar graph on the far right, the graph or the bars on the far right represent our ACT composite score. You can see for yourself the growth that we have seen over the course of the last several years. And I want to draw your attention to the yellow line graph because that too is very significant. So the yellow lines and the points on that yellow line represent what the ACT composite average is for these students when they were juniors. We first administer the ACT to our junior cohort. So you can see that not only have our seniors been growing, but the juniors are more prepared than ever to be successful in the ACT composite. If you look at this year's senior cohort, which is the furthest point to the right on the yellow graph, you can see that this year's seniors are at a higher point in progress and achievement than any previous cohort in the existence of Williamson County Schools. So long story short, here's the news flash. We scored better on the ACT than we ever have in the history of Williamson County Schools. We're only one of 13 states in the nation that require the ACT be given to all students. So given that we give it to all students and we're outperforming by large margins very similar districts to ours across the nation, I think it speaks volumes to the quality of work that our students are doing. It speaks volumes to the quality and passion and enthusiasm and commitment that our teachers bring to the table every single day. Our school district is achieving record levels of performance thanks to a community that's engaged in public education and supportive of our work. At this time, I would like to recognize our school board members that are in the audience. Mr. Jay Galbraith, Mr. Bobby Hullett, Mr. Mark Gregory, and Mr. P.J. Mazzara. And so our chairman is going to come forward and make a couple of comments related to the work. Congratulations, principals, teachers, students, and parents on this marvelous achievement. As your superintendent of the schools, I am humbled to be part of your team and extremely proud of you. Thank you. Mr. Chairman.
I just wanted to say thank you, Dr. Looney. This effort, we knew, well, actually my predecessors on the board established the strategic plan and set the goal of a 24 across the whole county for the district. And Dr. Looney, you and your staff, the principals, the teachers in the classrooms have worked tirelessly to reach that goal, to make us truly nationally recognized, nationwide, for the goal of the ACT. And I wanted to thank you for that. We are knocking on the door, and I appreciate all of your efforts. I would like to say that the board has put forth a big goal of a 24, and I know that the board is meeting later in September, and we're going to be talking about bigger and even more higher bar goals. And I just want to say, get ready, because we're going to be putting it forth. And I thank you for all of your efforts, and I say let's redouble it. We've got a lot of work to go, but this is tremendous, just tremendous. On behalf of the board, thank you very much.
Stay up here, stay up here. The chairman and I would be glad to answer any questions you have, or other board members. We have principals in the audience that can answer your questions as well. Are there any questions or comments from the audience that you'd like to have us address?
Mr. Kevin, can I ask Kevin Keatle?
Kevin Cadell? Mr. Cadell, come on up.
If you'll come forward, Kevin.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I'm a reporter with the Tennessean, and since your school has the highest composite ACT score, what do you contribute the continued high scores to?
I think the high scores, as Dr. Looney said, are a combination of the hard work of our teachers, the hard work of our students, and the hard work of our parents. We have a community that believes in education and the importance and the value of education, And so that's stressed at the home, and then when the students come to school, they're expected to work hard, and we have an environment where that's taking place. This past year, we gave over 2,000 AP exams, and one of the things that we think really pushes the ACT score and the achievement scores throughout the district is the number of students that are taking rigorous classes. It may be students that are taking AP classes, it may be students that are taking honors classes, but when they're taking the most rigorous class that they're set up to take, they're going to be successful, whether it's an AP exam, an end of course exam, or an ACT test. And so we think that really contributes to their success on this test and other achievement tests.
Can we get your name and your school?
Kevin Kydell, principal at Brentwood High School.
Any other questions? We're gonna mingle with you so we can have some informal conversation. Thank you for coming. Principals, thank you so much for your leadership of our schools. Please go back and thank your teachers prolifically. Thank your students, congratulate them. I know that you're going to have a moment of celebration in your schools. We have work to do still. We're not where we want to be yet, but we are very, very close. And I will tell you, this senior cohort, I believe, is up to the challenge. And I am very, very hopeful and optimistic that we're going to reach our 24 goal this year. Thank you so much for coming today.